And let me tell you that today's session is going to be a very special one because I have introduced some different kinds of concepts in the session because every day we are upgrading ourselves, right? So I'm sure we are live, right? Can you see me, students? Just respond. Okay, great. 6 students are live. Well, so welcome to VerandaRace. And today we are going to have a thorough discussion of the editorial with some new features. And you are going to enjoy yourselves a lot. Trust me. Just returned from the office, very sweaty kind of situation I'm in, and quite hot in Chennai, as you all know. Danny Vijayabalan, yes sir, good evening Tamil RC. Yeah, we have people. So wonderful session going to be here today. Trust me. So let us start the session with some thought of the day. So can anybody explain in English what does it mean? I have just decided this is the thought of the day. Somebody gave me this thought of the day. So what does it mean? Can anyone translate in English? Can anyone translate this in English? Can anyone translate this in English? I'm waiting for your answers. Hi Hemant. Hope is a weapon. Wonderful. Danny Vijayabalan has translated it first. Hope is a weapon. Wonderful answer. So it means if we have hope in ourselves, if we have hope in the cosmic system, if we have hope in our capabilities, hope in our efforts, belief or hope means something good is going to happen. It's a weapon to fight the battle and the war itself. So good evening Hemant. So this is the thought of the day. So every day we'll have a thought of the day and we'll start the session accordingly. Hope is a weapon. Very good. Gokula Selva Periya Swami. Very good. So let us move ahead with some fundamental questions. Fundamentals. So I would like you to give the answers to these questions. Today we have 14 questions with us. 14 questions. And we'll discuss these questions one by one. So there are 12 people online. I don't know why there's so very few people over here. So let us start the session. So the first question is, I gave the SBI PO examination last year. What is wrong with the sentence? What is wrong with the sentence? Give me fast answers. I need the answers very fast. I gave the SBI PO examination last year. What is wrong with the sentence? What is wrong with the sentence? Tell me fast. I would expect answers from Danny, Tamil, Hemant and Gokula Selva. Please give me the answers to this question. The first question. I gave the SBI PO examination last year. So should I tell the answer to you? What is wrong with the sentence? What should be the answer? Give me the answer, not the error part. I need the answer. What should be the correct answer? Obviously, all these are wrong because I would not have wasted my time giving the right sentences. But Danny, obviously you have taken the right approach. But what's the answer? What should be the answer? So I'll help you with the first one. I took. Exams are taken, not given. Fine? It should be taken, Tamil, not given. So give me the answer. The answer is I took the SBI PO examination last year. So are you satisfied with my answer? Exams are taken, not given. Fine? Next question. He is taller than any girl in the class. What's wrong with the sentence? Hemant, would you like to try this question? He is taller than any girl in the class. Just a quick brush up of your fundamentals. That's what I'm trying to incorporate or include these questions in your class. Then we'll have a thorough discussion of the Hindu, because it's a 1 hour class. Okay, fine. So he is taller than any girl in the class. Anyone? Anyone? Nobody's answering, so I'll tell you the answer. He is taller than any girl in the class is a correct sentence. So you would say, many people would say any other girl. Any other girl, many would say, but that's not the correct answer. No, Hemant, you have given the wrong answer. Sorry, not other girl. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. This sentence is absolutely correct. This sentence is absolutely correct. I'll tell you why. He is taller than any other girl means he is a part of the girl community. So we are excluding him from that. So we are saying he is taller than any girl. Any other girl means we are excluding him. But even if he is inside the girl community, we need not say he is taller than any other girl, because he is not a girl. So he is taller than any girl means, see, if it were like this, any student, okay, suppose it were like student, okay, then we would have said he is taller than any other student in the class, because we have to exclude him from the group. He is taller than himself. If we say he is taller than any other student in the class, which means we have to exclude him from the group. But he is not a part of the girl community. So any girl in the class would be correct. Who all have not understood? Hemant says other girl. Okay, let me explain it with this way. Suppose this is a class. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 students. So this is John. This is John. So John is taller than any student in the class. John is taller than any student in the class would mean he is taller than himself. Any student means he is taller than himself. So what we do is we say John is taller than any other student in the class, or any other student in the class. But when we say John is taller than any girl in the class, he is not a part of the girl community. So we can say John is taller than any girl in the class. So this sentence is absolutely correct. No error. Fine. Okay. Next sentence. She is wiser than beautiful. So what's the answer? Danny, what's the answer? Good evening, Sendil. Danny, what's the answer? Wiser and beautiful. No, Danny, that's not correct. So if we mean to say, please focus. She is wiser than Ram. This is correct, because we are comparing she and Ram. So we can use wiser than. But when we compare two qualities within the same person, we say she is more wise than beautiful. When we compare her wisdom and her beauty, we say she is more wise. She is more wise than beautiful. When we compare two, no gifts in the chat, and is not correct. She is more wise than beautiful, because wisdom and beauty are both in her only, in her qualities. So we say she is more wise than beautiful. Are you getting my point? Not wiser. But if we compare two different people, we say she is wiser than Ram, she is wiser than Jyoti, she is wiser than Shiveni or anyone. Okay, is it clear to you all? Next question. I don't have some money. This is just a brush up of fundamentals. Okay, so I don't have some money. So the answer to this question is I don't have any money. So any sentence which is negative, not is there, is followed by any and not by some. So I don't have any money is the correct answer. I don't have any money. Okay. Well, this is sorted. Question number 5. Can you give me some rice? This is correct sentence. This is, can you give me some rice? But the next one, do you have some problem? What's wrong with the sentence? Give me the answer to the 6th question. Do you have some problems? No, it's not correct. Do you have any problem? I'll tell you why. Whenever you ask questions, we use any and not some. Whenever you ask questions, we use any, but when you say, you will say, sir, this is also a question. But this is a question which expects us answer as positive, an answer as affirmative. So a question that has an affirmative expectation will always use some, but a question which is a general question will have any after in the question. For example, do you have any problem? Not do you have some problem. Can you give me some rice? Can you give me some ice cream? That is the correct use. Okay. So when you expect the answer to be yes, we use some in that sentence. But when the question is a general one, we use do you have any problem? Okay. Yes, correct. Vignesh says any. Priya Kumar says any. Yes, Kishore Siva says any. Do you have problem? No, Danny, I'm sorry, Danny, but the answer is do you have any problem? Okay. Now the 7th and 8th one. Tell me, 7th and 8th one. So when you expect the answer as yes, you write this. Do you have any problem? Can you give me some ice cream or some rice? But when you have an answer like do you have any problem, a question like do you have any problem, because it's a question, you would use any and not some. Okay. Would you like to have an ice cream? No. Would you like to have some ice cream? Some ice cream. Because it's an offer. So, offers, affirmative answer questions, we use some with them, some. And normal questions and negative sentences, we use any. Okay. So offers and affirmative answer questions, we use some, and for normal questions and negative sentences, we use any. Getting my point? Do you like to have some ice cream? Would you like to have some ice cream? Would you like to have? Okay. An ice cream is wrong. Ice cream cannot be said an ice cream, because ice cream is something which is uncountable. Okay. A candy or ice cream candy is something which is countable. Okay. Well, do you like to have some ice cream? Would you like to have? Some. Okay, Gibson Richard. Now the last question. This pen is 10 times better than that. Wait, by mistake. This pen is 10 times better than that. The last question. Yes, that's correct, Danny. Like to have some ice cream. Perfect, Danny. Perfect. This pen is 10 times better than this. No, Kishore. How can you say we are comparing this pen and that pen? This pen is 10 times better than that pen. That means than that pen. Obviously, it's understood. Now I'll tell you a very good concept. This is the best concept of today. That's why I've kept it at the last. The concept is, if you have to measure 10 kilometers, you would first know what is 1 kilometer. Then you would say 1 into 10. Getting my point? If you have to measure 10 kilometers, you would say 1 kilometer into 10 times. That's just physics and mathematics, right? So if I say this pen is 10 times So 1 kilometer into 10 is 10 kilometers, right? So the basic unit is 1 kilometer. So basic unit over here would be positive degree of comparison. The pen is 10 times as good as that. Clear? This pen is 10 times as good as. So good is the positive degree of comparison. So 10 times as good as that. Okay? Is it clear to you? Basic unit into times, into number of times. Please respond. So when we say 10 times or 5 times or many times, we use the basic degree of comparison. That is good, better, best. So better is comparative degree. We'll use the positive degree. As good as that. Okay. Yes, Danny is clear. I think he has understood the concept. Next, only 6 questions. We'll do it fatafat, very fast. Okay. I've lost a few friends I had. So it should be I lost the few friends I had. The few friends means, the few means all that I had. The few means all that I had. A few means some. And few means none. I've lost the few friends I had means, the few means all that I had. All the friends that I had. A few means some friends. So we cannot say I lost some friends I had. We cannot say that. I've lost all the friends that I had. Okay? Understood. Very good, Sendil. Next question. Actually, these questions are very difficult, to be honest. I thought it's comparative degree. Okay. It's basically seems to be fundamental questions, but they're tough questions. Okay. Because I believe that something which is conceptual should be discussed with the children, with the students. Okay. So no less than 100 men were killed in the battle. No less than 100 men were killed in the battle. So the error is in less than actually. Because men are countable. Men are countable. So we cannot, so the the positive degree is little, less, least. So this is for uncountable nouns. And when we say few, fewer, fewest, this is for countable nouns, right? So men are countable. So we will use no fewer than, because this is the comparative degree. No fewer than, comparative degree. Because men can be counted. Are you getting me? No few. Perfect, Vignesh. Perfect. Vignesh Anbalagan says no fewer than 100 men. Perfect, Vignesh. Okay, great. Next question. Third number. Give me answers fast. I had hardly seen him when he ran away. So it should be hardly had I seen him when he ran away. Hardly had I seen him when he ran away. Because when the sentence has this structure, when with hardly, it should be inverted form of structure. Like for example, hardly had I reached there when the train left. Hardly had I completed my exercise when my father came. So hardly is used with when, but we start the sentence with hardly. Hardly had I seen him when he ran away. Hardly had I switched on the light when my parents came, this way. Okay? It's an easier one. Okay. I have never seen so handsome a man as Adonis. I have never seen so handsome a man as Adonis. So the answer is, this is absolutely correct sentence. So its structure is so handsome a man, so intelligent a lady, so beautiful a woman, so smart a boy, so stupid a person. This way we can use. So I have never seen so handsome a man as Adonis. I have seen, this is generally used with never seen, never met, never seen, never met, never encountered so handsome a man, so intelligent a lady, so beautiful a woman, so smart a boy, so stupid a person. This way we use. Okay. Nobody's answering. I don't know why. Nobody's answering. Okay, I'm sorry for 11 a.m. today. Whoever was present in the 11 a.m. session, I'm sorry for that, because there were some internet connectivity issues, grave internet connectivity issues. But now at my home, there's no problem of internet. So I'll discuss some questions from the morning session as well. So next question, I will not solve the fifth question now. First, the sixth question. He is considered as the Hercules of India. Why isn't anyone answering? Tell me, why are you not answering? Sendil, Vignesh, Danny, Kishore, Gibson, Priya Kumar, nobody is answering. I don't know why. Am I not giving you an opportunity to answer? Am I answering the questions on my own? Because we have other bigger picture, right? We have Hindu to discuss. So the answer is to the sixth question. He is considered the Hercules of India, because considered is not followed by as. Considered is not followed by as. Clear? All are tough. Yes, Danny. Danny, you are right. Danny, I accept. I thought it's the fundamental, but each question needs at least 2 or 3 minutes to explain. Danny, I accept. I accept. Okay. All are tough. I understand. So we'll have a brush up at the last. So question number 5. No animal in India is considered as sacred as the cow. Yes, Vignesh, you're right. Considered as doesn't come. So what about fifth number question? No animal in India is considered as sacred as the cow. So it means cow is considered sacred. So it should be no other animal. It should be no other animal. This is the answer. Cow is sacred, right? So no animal means cow is also not sacred. So it should be no other animal in India. Fine. So the answer is no other animal, because cow is considered sacred. So all other animals are not sacred. Cow is sacred. So no other animal. That's the correct answer. So I will say sorry because I gave some really difficult questions. I thought it's a basics. So we'll ensure that. But I think you would have enjoyed it, right? All are tough. Danny, I accept that all are tough. But you would have enjoyed it. If you have understood it, you would have enjoyed it. No doubt in that. Please respond, students. I'm just speaking to a mirror, I guess. Kishore Shiva says yes. Okay. That's a respite to me. That's a pleasure actually. So now let us move to the editorial part, anger in diplomacy. Okay. So would like to see a surprise from me? Surprise. The surprise is I have collected the words and also collected the Tamil meaning for all of them. All of them. You can see the words over here. It's in Tamil. It's in Tamil. The Tamil translation of the word. I hope it will help you, right? Please respond if it's helpful for you all. Okay, fine. Vignesh, I'll definitely add, include some spot error and close test. Fine, no problem. So, what about this initiative of including Tamil translations? Danny says wonderful, very good. Danny has become a close friend of mine, I guess. Thank you, Danny. Thanks a lot. So, he says it's wonderful initiative. So, we'll include Tamil words as well. So, that will help you to understand better, because it's a we have students who are the native Tamil speakers, I guess. Okay, Bala Vignesh Kumar says definitely. Okay, fine. So let us start. Meaning in Tamil really helpful, sir. Okay, Kishore. So let us discuss the words. Advent means. Okay, fine. Wait. Well, first I'll tell you the meanings, then you relate the words. Okay. The advent of social media has no doubt changed how diplomacy is conducted between countries. So what's the meaning of diplomacy? Diplomacy means Rajatantra. Rajatantra means, that is in Tamil word, I guess. So advent means the arrival of social media. Arrival means coming of social media. So advent means arrival or coming. Coming or arrival. Coming or arrival of social media has no doubt changed how diplomacy is conducted between countries. So you've understood this, the meaning of the sentence? Okay. Even so, it was surprising that the Ministry of External Affairs and the Commerce Ministry put as much energy as they did into ensuring that several multinational companies retracted social media posts their Pakistani distributors had put out last week. So what is the meaning of this? So the coming of social media has changed how diplomacy is conducted between countries. Even so, what is the meaning of even so? So much so, to this extent, and it was surprising that Ministry of External Affairs and the Commerce Ministry put as much energy as they did into ensuring, means they tried every possible method that several MNCs took back. So detracted means took back. Or drawback, different words, drawback, drew back, social media posts that Pakistani distributors had put out on last week. So many MNCs had taken back their post once the Pakistani distributors had put out last week, which they had put out, okay. The post that appeared to be a part of the coordinated exercise sponsored by the Pakistani establishment, the posts that appeared to be a part of the coordinated exercise, coordinated means managed, very well managed, sponsored by the Pakistani establishment, were put out on February 5. So February 5th, some posters or posts were put out on the social media by Pakistani establishment, marked in Pakistan as Kashmir Solidarity Day. Kashmir Solidarity Day. And contained what New Delhi termed as highly offensive messages calling for Kashmiri liberation. So what happened? These establishment from Pakistan, they had put out some post on February 5 and that marked it as Kashmir Solidarity Day, and it contained something called messages which required Kashmiri liberation. Okay? Got getting my point? Fine. Solidarity. I'm not sure, but I'll guess. You please check on Google. So I'll just guess. Sorry, I did not check the meaning of solidarity. Means unity, integrity. I'm sure. Just check and let me know. Arvind has asked a question. Solidarity. So solidarity means integrity. I'm sure. Integration. Or independence to some extent. Please check and let me know. Somebody. I cannot check well. Let me check if I'm sure. Solidarity means independence kind of thing. Or integration. Let me check. Wait. And I was right. It is like mutual cooperation and integration. I was right. Where a level. Solidarity means mutual cooperation and integration, which I said, not independence. So I was right. Thank you so much. Arvind, you asked a question. I just guessed based on the passage. So you should have the propensity to guess based on the passage. So solidarity means mutual cooperation and integration. Okay? Have you got it? Integration and maybe unity. Yes, correct. Sandhana Pandit Jay, that's correct. I told you. Integration means integration. Solidarity means integration and mutual cooperation. Clear? Okay, fine. So this was like that. So February 5. Moving ahead. Now let us see the words which research I did. Yes, I did some research. Yes, research in Tamil. So I love to share this experience with you. Advent means I've given an example. The advent of war led to greater austerity. Austerity means what? Plain life. Plain and simple life. So I've used in a sentence, the advent of war, the beginning of war, the arrival of war led to greater austerity, because if war is there in a country, that will make people's lives simple because they will have no money. Okay, so advent of war led to greater austerity. Next, diplomacy. The government avoided a war by successfully resolving the issues through diplomacy. So I've used in a sentence, diplomacy means the act of saying the nastiest things in the nicest way. That is diplomacy. The nastiest things in the nicest way is known as diplomacy. Okay. Thank you, Danny. Thanks a lot. The government avoided a war by successfully resolving the issues through diplomacy. Next is retracted. So it means taking back or withdrawing something. So when questioned on TV, the minister retracted his allegation. This is the use. So I've used sentences to explain it better. Okay. Next is coordinated. Coordinated means he coordinated the entire plan with tact and finesse. Finesse means accuracy. Okay. Tact means intelligence, smartness. Okay. So he coordinated the entire plan with intelligence and accuracy. So tact and finesse. It's a word called finesse. You won't believe, for this entire class of 1 hour, I have to prepare for at least 1.5 to 2 hours, because I have to give you the best. I have to explain plus add the words, some Tamil words, some thought of the day, some discussion, sometimes common errors, sometimes addition of. So you must be present in the class. I would request everyone to come to the class every day. That will add to your knowledge. Please be present every day. Whoever else is coming, like Arvind. So there were 26 people, now 22 people have left. I don't know why they are leaving the conversation. I'm not sure why. Okay, so this is the use of sentences. Let's move ahead to the next part of the paragraph, the passage. The government's outrage was valid. Outrage means what? Protest. Not protest, reaction. Protest, reaction in terms of protest. So government's reaction was valid given that these companies, including Hyundai, Toyota, KFC, Pizza Hut and Pharma Major Squab, also have flourishing businesses in India. And it was strange that private MNCs would post such politically charged messaging at all. So what happened was, some private MNCs posted some politically charged messaging on the social media, and government's reaction was quite valid. The author says, because given that means because in terms of on the condition that these companies, including Hyundai, Toyota, KFC, Pizza Hut and Pharma Major Squab, have flourishing businesses in India. And it was strange that private MNCs would ever post such politically charged messaging at all. However means but kind of thing, as we discussed last night. When a sharp word or even a short statement of disapproval means saying no. Okay. So however means but, where a sharp word or even a short statement of disapproval would have sufficed means would have been sufficient. Flourishing means increasing in prosperity, increasing in richness. So if I say flourishing business means it is growing and thriving, means increasing in businesses, increasing in profit. So that's called flourishing. Okay. So however, where a sharp word, a normal word or even a short statement of disapproval would have been sufficient, the Modi government decided to go the whole distance. What the Modi government did, they did not give a small word of disapproval, but they went long distance, even summoning. Summoning means calling upon, or calling upon means inviting or calling upon, or giving a summon to someone. Summon means what? An order, official order of invitation. The Korean ambassador, while ensuring that Indian embassies took up the issue with the other governments. So Modi government ensured that not a simple word was sufficient. Suffice means sufficient. He ensured that all Indian embassies took up the issue with other governments. So wherever Indian embassy was located, they will take the issue with the other governments. You understood this? External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar also raised the matter with his Korean counterpart. So what is the meaning of counterpart? So if I am teaching you right now and there is somebody else teaching you at your home right now, so he is my counterpart. So Modi is, suppose the Modi and Imran Khan are counterparts of Pakistan and India. You understand that? So External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar also raised the matter with his Korean counterpart. So his Korean External Affairs Minister, who apologized to the Indian people. Apologize, you know the meaning, right? Said sorry. Okay. So let us move ahead and understand the Tamil words. The meaning in Tamil. Outrage means a protest or a reaction. So they were horrified by the outrage before their eyes. Outrage before their eyes. So kind of angry reaction. So they were horrified by the outrage before their eyes. Suffice means sufficient, to be sufficient. So it's like one example should suffice to illustrate this point. So one example is good enough to illustrate this point. Okay. Summoning means to call upon someone on a legal kind of affair. You only need to say my name to summon me. If you only say my name, I'll be invited by you. This is the meaning. And counterpart, the example is the president met his Canadian counterpart to talk about a trade treaty. The president met his Canadian counterpart, Canadian president, to talk about a trade treaty. Okay. Moving ahead to the third part of the passage. Then again, this is the fourth part, and then we will end the session. Okay. So Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal, Commerce Minister, is a general knowledge also for you. Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal added in Parliament that the original apology by Hyundai was not adequately forceful or unequivocal. So what's the meaning of unequivocal? Unequivocal means clear. Clear. Okay. Equivocal means like it has doubts. But unequivocal means which is clear. So that the original apology by Hyundai India was not adequately forceful or unequivocal, even as social media consumers in India threatened to boycott products made by companies concerned. So what happened? The social media consumers who use the social media threatened to boycott products made by the companies concerned. So whatever companies use these methods to tarnish the image of our country, so social media consumers threatened to boycott products made by the companies concerned. While the government might feel it has achieved its purpose by ensuring the companies and governments involved were contrite about their posts. Contrite means remorseful, regretful. So if I am contrite, I will regret my actions. So what it says, while the government might feel it has achieved its purpose, while the government might feel that it has found its purpose by ensuring the companies and governments involved were regretful about the post, it must also consider the big picture of how its actions, which appear to be at some variance means difference with those of a secure and powerful global player, are viewed in the rest of the world. So what it says is, at one point of time, the government might feel that it has achieved its purpose by making them regretful, the companies regretful. It must also consider the bigger picture of how the government's action, which is variance with those, other secure and powerful global players are there. So how its action are viewed in the rest of the world, with the eye of the rest of the world. The governments must also consider that. Okay. Threatened means, if I threaten you, I will give you warning. I will give you instances where I'll try to make you frightened. So don't do this again, or I will punish you. This is threatening. Understood? Threatening. India's claims over Jammu and Kashmir are strong. India's claims over Jammu and Kashmir are strong, widely acknowledged, and not so fragile. Fragile means brittle, which can easily be broken. So if I say my claims are fragile, means very easily broken, and not so fragile means it's strong. India claims over Jammu and Kashmir is not so fragile, means it's strong. that a few social media posts that appeared only in Pakistan can dent it anyway. Dent means what? Suppose there's a car and it meets with an accident. I am a good painter, I guess. So if it gets hit by something else, it gets dented. Dented means there's a certain depression in that. There's certain kind of, yes, Shivani, good evening. So a dent means what? There's certain breakage or there's certain depression in that. Out of, suppose a car hits some tree, so there's some depression created in the body of the car. That is known as dent. Okay. Danny asked threatened. I hope you have understood the meaning of dented, threatened. Next, unequivocal means he has been unequivocal in his commitments. Means he has been clear in his commitments. Clear, without any doubt. He has no doubt in his commitments. Contrite means remorseful, regretful, full of repentance. He returned from the court contrite. He returned from the court contrite. He went to the court, came back with lot of remorse in his heart. Variance means differences. So her light tone was at variance with her sudden trembling. So she was trembling like this, and her light tone was different from what we expected from her. Okay. Fragile means there were some fragile items such as glass and china laden on the ship. Fragile means which can easily be broken, brittle. But in this particular paragraph, fragile means weak. So India's commitment or India's commitment over Jammu and Kashmir or claims over Jammu and Kashmir are not fragile, they are strong. That's what this means to say. Dent means a depression. He has barely made a dent in the poverty rate. Dent over here means any change in the poverty rate. Here it means the change. Okay. Okay, fine. Moving ahead, the last part of the paragraph, last part of the editorial. Okay, let's move ahead. Second, holding foreign governments in democratic countries, holding foreign governments in democratic countries to account for the actions of local distributors of their private companies could have unforeseen repercussions. Unforeseen means which cannot be predicted. Which cannot be predicted. Repercussions means effects or results. So what does the line say? Holding foreign governments in democratic countries. So India is a democratic country. So if you hold foreign governments in democratic countries to account for the actions of local distributors, so something the local distributor has done and you are holding the foreign government. So if, for example, if Korea has, there's some local distributor in Korea, in India who has done something wrong and its company is located in Korea, so we cannot blame Korea for that, right? South Korea for that matter. You're getting my point, right? So if something, a company from Korea is installed here and the distributor is there, so we cannot blame Korea for that, South Korea for that. So what is saying? Holding foreign governments in democratic countries. So for example, Korea, North Korea, South Korea. Their private companies have local distributors here. So this could have unforeseen repercussions. Unforeseen means which cannot be predicted. Repercussions means results or effects. It is also worth considering whether the foreign ministry's resources are better spent in furthering India's interests than on expending diplomatic capital on short-lived controversies such as the MEA's objection to pop star Rihanna's post on the former protest last year. So Rihanna gave some post on the last year related to the government's initiatives and government's action. So it is worth considering whether the foreign ministry resources, means that foreign ministries okay. So it is also worth thinking over that, pondering whether the foreign ministry resources are better spent. Better spent means they are used in furthering India's interest. Furthering means adding to India's interest than on spending useless time on diplomatic capital on short-lived controversies such as Ministry of External Affairs objection to pop star Rihanna's post on the farmer protest last year. So the farm farm laws that were executed last year. Rihanna made some. Rihanna is a famous singer. She made some comments on that. So the Ministry of External Affairs took all its time to create controversy related to that. So it is not worth doing that. You understand my point? So the apologies and statements thus extracted may prove to be a Pyrrhic victory. Pyrrhic victory means victory that comes at a very high cost. So if you qualify the exam and you study so much that you lose your health, lose your good health, that is a Pyrrhic victory. You qualify the exam, but you lose your good health. You become sick. So what? That's a Pyrrhic victory, right? Victory that comes at a very high cost. So if you win a battle, but you have lost all your soldiers, that is a Pyrrhic victory. If one considers that the intentions of those behind the obnoxious post in Pakistan, if one considers that the intentions of those people that were behind the disgusting, obnoxious means disgusting post in Pakistan, aimed at drawing attention of their propaganda on Kashmir. So the intention was to draw their attention to their propaganda on Kashmir. We were also met. So the people who did some posting from Pakistan, in Pakistan, they were aimed at drawing their attention towards Kashmir, propaganda on Kashmir. Propaganda means some steps in order to boost one's ill intentions. That is propaganda. Some actions or activities done to boost our ill intentions. Okay, fine. A quiet word would be with the MNCs might have worked better than a public display of diplomatic opposition. This last line is a wonderful line that defines the entire passage. So what the author wants to say, he says, with the MNCs, if the government could have a normal talk, normal conversation, the issue would have been resolved. But it's better than a public display of diplomatic opposition. Okay. So last part of the class today, we'll discuss the words unforeseen. Unforeseen means which cannot be predicted. So this was a sudden and unforeseen exigency. Exigency means emergency. This was a sudden and unforeseen. Unforeseen means cannot be, unpredictable. Repercussions means results or effects. There will be repercussions on a much wider scale. Repercussion means revolt. Suppose if you suppress the public, they will revolt. So that is a repercussion of suppressing people, right? Furthering means to add to something. He had depended on using them to further his own career. He had depended on using them, those people, to further his own career. Expending. The energy expended in sport could be directed into other areas. So means expending means spending uselessly. Pyrrhic means it was indeed a Pyrrhic victory. Pyrrhic victory means a victory that comes at a very high cost. And obnoxious means disgusting. Disgusting. And obnoxious, so his statements were obnoxious to my taste. His statements were not in tandem with, they were very disgusting and they were not according to my taste. So I think I have ended the session now. This is the last part of the session. Students, any comments from your end? If you want to add something to my classes, if you want to say, because 14 people are still online. I don't know why there were 22 or 26 people at some point of time, but they have reduced. So do you want a change in timing like 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock? You want a change in timing? Or this is fine, 7 p.m. is good enough, right? But it cannot happen in the morning, please, because I wake up late, because I study till the midnight. I have my own work to do, some writing part and all. So please give a response. I'm waiting for all your responses, right? If you need a time change or maybe later in the night or 7 p.m. is fine. You want some common errors to be introduced, closed test, or we can have closed test in this only. But I added some errors separately to ensure that you build your foundation well. But those questions, so Danny said that the questions were very difficult. I accept. I'll ensure that I add some easier questions. 9 p.m. Shivani says 9 p.m. Let me check with others. Shivani, actually it's not totally dependent on me. I have to check with other classes as well. Your convenient time, sir? 7 is my convenient time. Shivani, 7. Shivani, I hope you don't have no problem, because 9 p.m. I have dinner and I have to study and do some writing work and all. Thank you, Danny. You said your convenient time, sir. Shivani, we can have at 7 p.m. if you could manage, Shivani, because today you joined late, I guess. Okay, fine, students. With this, I'd like to end the class for today. Thank you so much for joining me, and let's catch up tomorrow 7 p.m. And yes, Monday there is no class. Monday I'll be out of station for some work. Okay, coming Monday. Tomorrow and day after we have classes. Sunday and Monday 2 days no classes. Sorry for that. I'm out of station. Bye. Thank you, Danny. Thanks a lot. Bye.